Everybody, what's going on? I'm Fabian for Liberty, fabianforliberty.com. Just a quick reminder that next month, the 23rd and 24th, I'll be in London, England for my real estate seminar and global economic reset seminar as well on Friday evening. Also, I just put tickets on sale today for March 21st. I'll be in New York all day teaching my virtual real estate investing workshop. Links down below if you're interested. Now, okay, this is so Orwellian, but here we go anyways. The Senate, in their spending bill, there was all types of writers and everything else, and one of the things in it was what was called as the Ukraine Freedom Support Act. And boy, doesn't that just sound so wonderful? Now, let me just give a quick 30-second Reader's Digest version of the events that we've seen take place this year in Ukraine. There was a democratically elected president of Ukraine. Like him, hate him, doesn't matter. The people elected him. The elections they said that they were fair and what have you. But at some point, the West decides, led by the United States, decides, you know what, that's not working out. So we're going to get with our cronies like George Soros, and we're going to fund billions of dollars into this, in essence, coup that basically topples the Ukrainian democratically elected government and puts in new leadership that has ties to neo-Nazi groups and what have you. In fact, German media released, this was about 3-4 months ago, released video footage of a bunch of Ukrainian guys with swastikas on their helmets. I mean, these were people in the army. So that's the backdrop. Now, does that mean everybody that, wanted change in Ukraine is bad? Of course not. What it does mean, though, is this is all about, of course, energy, major oil fields and natural gas, or more natural gas, and going after Russia. But the Ukraine Freedom Support Act has taken things to a whole new level, because in the bill now, Obama and Republicans and Democrats have now agreed to give Ukraine lethal military aid, anti-tank weapons, drones, ammunition, you name it. In addition, they've actually upped sanctions against Russia, which is in essence almost collapsing their currency, the ruble, which is now 63 rubles for a dollar. I think yesterday it was at 59 to 63, and it's been in free fall really the last 6 months. Now, of course, Russia has threatened a response. They're not going to lay down and take this, because Russia isn't like Iran and Russia isn't like, Iraq. They're not going to take it laying down. And I've said this analogy many times before. It would be pretty much the equivalent of if Mexico started to say, well, Texas really wants to be part of, really wants to be part of Mexico, and we're just going to basically give billions of dollars to a group of demonstrators in Texas that want to overthrow Rick Perry or whoever the governor is, and try to lead that secession movement, right? I don't think the U.S. would be too down with that. So the question begs, why on earth are the neocons that run the U.S. government, by and large, foreign policy, which has been an abysmal failure the last 20, 30 years, why on earth, and has funded Al-Qaeda, has funded the, shipping drugs, guns into Mexico, you name it, okay? So they've been responsible for all that. Why on earth would they try to start World War III with Russia? Now, here's the deal of why I believe this is happening. And I've said this centers around the global economic reset. It centers around a much larger regional war. And I think it also centers around the fact that when the dollar loses its world reserve currency status, I think that will likely go along with some kind of major war or major outbreak of war, giving the globalists exactly the cover they need to reset the currency. They can be like, look, we just had this major war, we're going to war with Russia, the system needs to change, what have you. Okay? Now, the other part of this as well is, remember, the IMF has been instrumental in trying to start World War III with Russia. They've, of course, made loans of, I believe it was up to $20 billion to Ukraine under the condition that they basically go to war with Russia in the east, or try to expel any pro-Russian separatist groups in the east. So let me just be crystal clear. Sending lethal aid, the U.S. doing this, is once again the United States entangling in these foreign entanglements that always end badly. Once again, supporting a government that we really don't even know who is really running the government as far as what their real philosophies are. Certainly not someone who respected the rule of law. I mean, why not just say, okay, well, look, when this guy's term comes up, we'll just run our own party. But no. Instead, it was a coup led by the West. And this is classic CIA, classic U.S. West that is now desperate and bankrupt. And so now it's about, we need to go into oil, we need to go after the natural gas, we need to go after Russia, we need to collapse them, we need to not have Russia and China have a good alliance, all these things that, in my opinion, will absolutely backfire. So that'll do it for the Ukrainian Freedom Support Bill. In essence, the U.S. Senate, led by Republicans and Democrats, trying to start World War III with Russia, in my opinion. Last time I checked, opinions were still legal in America, and that's mine. Because clearly this bill makes absolutely no sense whatsoever, especially when you think about the fact the U.S. is technically bankrupt, and we just gave over $250 million, or we're going to give over $250 million to the Ukrainians. I'm Fabian for Liberty. FabianForLiberty.com is my website. Again, links down below for my London event in January and New York City in March 21st. Really looking forward to those. Thanks for watching. I'm out.